Yeah, okay, so no, like my son tested positive. So because I was with him the whole day, so I don't know whether there's incubation period. I don't know whether will affect your plus y'all got test the next few weeks. I don't want y'all to miss lesson. So yeah, hopefully it's just a few days. Then by end of the week I should be back. Okay, can so very quickly I will start on topic 2 part 1. So just help me to take out your notes. If you're with your notes, then do be on standby. Okay, can how it will go is okay. I hope can you on your camera? I think all of you your camera is not on. Singing Christabel, Mulan, Liling, Tohi. Can you on your camera? Can can you hear camera on? So just so that I can for me just to see your expression whether you are comfortable. Mulan, can you on your camera? Singing, can you on your camera? Can somebody ask Mulan to on the camera? Okay. Okay, so then with that, okay, we are going to start on topic 2. So I think topic 2, your Mr. Wang, right? Yesterday he has went through with you how to go about looking at the different pair of simultaneous, linear and non-linear. So we actually did this before. We actually did this in JH1. So the difference between JH1 JH2, remember JH1 we are solving things like this. So example, if JH1 we solve things like this, maybe x minus 1 equals to 3, then 2x plus 3y equals to 7. So just a recap from JH1, how we go about doing it is we will look at the different, okay, for example, the different variable. Okay, we will either use substitution or elimination. Okay, also we will sub. So for example, very quick one is we'll take x from 1. We maybe let x equals to 3 plus y, because equation 3. Then after that, we will sub 3 into 2. Okay, so if I sub 3 into 2, what will happen is you notice that this entire equation is here. Then this entire equation here, x equals to 3 plus y, will take over this portion here. So this x will take over this. So I have 2 of 3 plus y plus 3y equals to 7. So from here, then we can solve for y. We can solve for y. So this is JH1. So what's the difference between JH1 and JH2? Is JH1, you notice both of the equation are linear. They are linear, means they are both power 1, power 1. So what JH2? JH2, you will notice that it could be one is linear and one is non-linear. So example, JH1, you have this equation. JH2, instead of this, right? Maybe if I use the same one, instead of 2x, maybe I have 2x squared. Instead of 3y, maybe I have 3y squared. So far, okay? Can hold. So that is the idea. So actually, the difficulty is only increased by 5%. But of course, you notice that in JH1, when you're subbing, you have a linear equation, right? But then in JH2, what happened? Oh, you have a quadratic law. So while solving in JH2, you end up that you'll be finding a quadratic equation. Okay. So I just want to start on the first. I just quick check. Quick check. Okay. Has this been filled? You all have the notes. You all got filled up? If you feel, you just maybe knock your head or something. Haven't. Okay. So very quickly, maybe I just talk about, okay, so how do we find the solution common? In case you all are paiseh, maybe you all can just WhatsApp me. So this is my phone is here. Okay, so this is the solution. Okay, just WhatsApp me, my phone is here. Okay. So if you're shy, just ask, text me. Okay, you don't have to speak here. You can private Zoom chat me as well. Okay, so both are okay. Okay, so very quickly, how do you find a solution common to linear equation and non-linear? So the answer is basically we can solve the simultaneous equation in two variables with at least one linear equation by substitution. Okay, by substitution. So with that, okay, you can look at this one. Okay, you all look like you're looking up and looking down. So I think you're copying, right? Okay, so I pause a while. If I lose any of you, just text me. I believe you have your handphones by your side, right? So you just drop me a text. Okay, you can even Zoom chat me, or you can just shout here. Oh, so far okay, Okay, slowly I'll shift down. Okay, so if you recall that we solve simultaneous linear equation, right? What are the three ways we will go about doing it? Number one, okay, there are actually three ways. One is by substitution, one is by elimination, and one is by graphical. Okay, so total got three ways. Okay, total got three ways. And we will be looking at all three also. Okay, so not to worry. So far, okay? Okay. Can I go on? I go on now, okay. Yeah, also, okay, for example, just this page is just to show you the three different ways. Okay, I think Mr. Wang yesterday got go through, right? So I just also go through again now. I want to be safe. Okay. So first one is by elimination. So this elimination, you basically create the same variable. It's a cancerous process. So what you do is you create the same variable, then you cancel off. So 2x plus 3y equals to 7. You notice that, okay, what I do is I will purposely, I look at the 3y, you look at the 3y and the y. What I do is, okay, don't keep your camera on. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take equation 2, I multiply by 3. Okay, I take equation 2, I multiply by 3. So from here, I get minus 3y. The idea is that, okay, now you observe those in green, minus 3y plus 3y. What will happen is after you add equation 1 and equation 3, the 3y's, all the y will pass away. So the y will be cancelled off. And then y got no more. So you see 3y and y no more. Okay, 2x plus 21x becomes 23. 7 plus 39 give you 46. So this one is create the same coefficient, then you cancel off. Okay, whereas if you look at substitution, which is what I showed earlier, okay, you take one of the equation, you make one in terms of the other. So y equals to 7x minus 13. You put it as a substitute. Then you submit to the other one, and then to solve. So that is substitution. Okay, so third one finally is to go by graphical. And you can also see that here x equals to 2, y equals to 1. Intersection versus solution, they are the same. Whether you use graphical, whether you use substitution, whether you use elimination, you realize that they are all the same. So far, okay? Cannot? So far, okay, Yeah, just going around to see your camera, to see you're comfortable. Okay. Mulan, okay? Tohi, Tunsheng, Janelle, Geraldine, Kelvin. Maxine okay吗？Okay okay. Pierce okay? Okay. Hamza okay? Okay. Hamza, you tired still? I walk around. Okay. Okay, so I go to the next one, which is question 1.1. Okay, question 1.1. I just check. Okay, have you all done this? You are like stop somewhere here, but have you all completed? Have, okay, Tohi shake the head. Okay. So I just maybe I give you about 2-3 minutes just to complete this one. Okay. For those who are fast, you can go and do 1.2 to 1.5. Okay, so actually this is what I target. My target is to do up to 1.5 today. Okay, today's target is to do from question 1.1 to question 1.5 lah. So whatever we can do in class, we will do in class. If we cannot do in class, then it becomes homework. Okay, so for the rest of the lesson, you can help me focus on this 5 questions. Okay, can. Singing, can you make sure your camera face your table? If possible, here. So just help me make sure that it shows your table. Something like Li Ling, like that. Li Ling one very good. Okay, can see table, can see face. Kaylin one also. Make sure can see your table and your face. Kelvin, I check which question are you at?
1.1.
Thank you. So question 1.1, what you can do is maybe you can solve by substitution. You can solve by substitution. Perhaps what you can do is maybe you take one of the equation. Usually we take the linear one. Okay, we take a linear one. Okay, so we take the linear equation. In this case, is equation 2. Okay, you notice this is quadratic. This is linear. You can create a substitute. So if I just call maybe x equals to 2 plus 2y, that will be equation 3. Okay, then after that, all you need to do is you substitute 3 into equation 1. Of course, 1 has not been doing anything much so far. So as I sub, you notice that this x will take over all the x in the past. All the x, this x will take over this one. Okay, so with that, you have, okay, you see this x squared will become 2 plus 2y squared minus 2 plus 2y multiplied by y plus y squared equals to 1. Okay, so this is question 1.1. So for question 1.1, help me to solve this. Okay, your first checkpoint, checkpoint 1, you should be able to get y squared plus 4y plus 3 equals to 0, which will lead you to y equals to -1 or y equals to -3. Checkpoint 2, you should be able to get your answer. When y equals to -1, you should get x equals to 0, y equals to -1, or x equals to -4, y equals to -3. So make sure you have your answer in this manner. Okay, If you are stuck can you just drop me a text message? Can I just take a look? Tohi, which question are you at? 1.3, 1.4?
1.1.
1.1, okay. Ling Xuan, which question are you at?
1.2.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I got one student who asked, so I do a check. Okay, someone sent me a photo. So I do. Okay, this is for one of the students in your class who sent me the photo. So I do a quick check. Okay, so this one, 2y plus 2, 2y plus 2 square, 4y square plus 1 plus 2 minus 4y square minus 4. 4y square minus 4 plus y square. Okay, so this and this will cancel off. Y square plus 4y minus 4 cancel off. Y square equals to 4 square plus 4y. 4y square. 4y square plus 4y. 2y square. Okay, hold up a bit. Okay. Okay, for this student, I just want to let you know that this one should be 8y. Okay, this student who asked, right? Your this one should be 8y. So far, okay. I'm trying to find you. Where are you? Okay. So for this student who sent me, okay, it should be 8y. Can I? Your final equation should be this: y squared plus 4y plus 3. If you are at 1.2, you are stuck at another question, you just text me. I will go through it quickly for you. Okay, I'll go through it quickly for you. Make sure you are completing this. Okay. So let's say if you are stuck or you find that you need more time, make sure you have these two checkpoints. Okay. When you have these two, it should be better. If you are stuck, can you just let me know? Maybe you drop me a text message or send me your photo. I'll go through for you. Ideal answer is x equals to 0, y equals to -1, or x equals to -4, y equals to 3. Hope you are coping well. Okay, my advice is you try to use substitution method for question 1.1. Okay, try to use substitution method for question 1.1. Okay, so because you realize that when it's non-linear, it's quite hard to use elimination. It's quite hard to use elimination. So my advice is to use substitution method. Okay. For those who are done, let me just show you the next part very quickly. Okay, first and foremost, okay, when you use the word, okay, so try not to use the word comma. So usually now you have two answers, right? Make sure you use the word or. Okay, make sure you use the word or. Okay, make sure you use the word or. So you notice if I have two answers, make sure you use the word or. Okay, this one is mandatory. If never do, will lose marks. So make sure if you have two answers, then if y equals to -1, that gets you x equals to 0. Put the answer here. If y equals to -3, gets you x equals to -4. Make sure you put the answer here as well. Okay, so two sets of answers. And from there, you notice that those who use substitution method, it will work extremely well for finding solution of equation with at least one non-linear. But I think some of you try elimination, then you realize that, wow, shit, you are stuck because it cannot always be used for simultaneous equation containing non-linear equation. An example is, like for example, this, right? So those of you who try, you realize that you can't really make make elimination, you can't create the same variable because of the quadratic component. Okay. Question 1.2. Okay, one student asked for question 1.2. X should be different. Okay. Let me just pause at this page for a while, okay? Because some of you are copying. Those who haven't copied, just make sure you copy. This is at the page, bottom of the page, huh? Okay, because I can't move the pages, I just want to talk about. Okay, see, maybe I address. Okay, there's one boy who sent me a question on question 1.2. So I just want to say is line number 4. Your line number 4, there's a mistake. Okay, where is that boy? Let me find you. So okay, good. You're looking at the camera. So x square, line number 4, x minus 2 square, it should be x square plus x square minus 4x plus 4. Minus plus 4. So you take use, yeah. Answer to 1 or -9/5. Okay? Can okay. Then another student who asks, okay, is the B value correct? Or unfortunately, it's not. The B value should be 2. One student asked about question 1.4. Question 1.4 B value should be 2. Okay? I'm just going to leave this here for 1 more minute. After that, I'll move on. I hope you all have copied. Okay, I hope you all have copied. If you have finished question 1.1, can you just maybe give me a thumbs up or something? Are you able to do thumbs up from here? Don't know whether possible. Something like this. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So you leave it like that. I roughly know where you are at 1.1. Okay, good. Help me to copy this part, help me to copy this part. So this part is part of your notes, and it's very, very long. I know it takes a while to. Okay, just in case, I also take this picture, I put it inside the class WhatsApp group. So you can see this picture as well. Okay. So this slowly I will move on to question 1.2. So here we are supposed to solve the following pair of simultaneous equation in case you realize how come the graph is here, right? Okay, this is what we call an ellipse lah. This actually is this graph. It's the one in red. It's actually an ellipse. It's like oval shape, shaped like an egg. This blue line represents this. So if you actually try to do this in your like decimals, you will find that this is the equation that you will get. Now, similarly, we can use substitution. Now, one very beautiful substitution I want to share with you, what I really like is you can see that, oh, this one is minus 2y and this is 2y. Perfect, huh? Perfect, huh? So look at how perfect the substitution is. You don't have to make y the sub. If you see that the two variables are the same, you can use 2y to be the sub. Okay, huh? So probably I will call this equation 1 and equation 2. So for question from equation 1, I will probably use 2y to be equals to 3x minus 1. This will be my substitute. Why do I choose 2y is because I see that, wow, this guy has a 2y here. So if I were to sub this nicely into this, it's very perfect, right? So I will have x minus 2 bracket square plus, now this whole thing is going to pass away okay, because of this. This is 3x minus 1 plus 3 square equals to 26, which eventually gives me x minus 2 square plus 3x minus 1 plus 3 is minus 2 square equals to 26. Okay, simplify this. For checkpoint 1, this is the key equation that you should get. 10x squared plus 8x minus 18 equals to 0. Remember, you can divide by 2. Your x should be equals to negative 9 over 5 or x equals to 1. Just now, one boy who asked me to check on question 1.2, just make sure your answer is these two. Okay, ma? Can? Can? These two answers. Okay, these two answers. Okay? Okay. So another student asked about here. Very quickly, I quick check x squared. Sorry, what question is this? PS don't mind I ask. This is question 1.3? 1.1. This is 1.1, is it? Is it 1.1 or 1.3? 1.1.
1.1.
Okay. X squared minus 2y squared. Y squared? How come it's y squared? How do you get this one? Where is this from? Y squared plus x squared minus, okay. Then you subtract the y squared plus y squared minus 1. So this is, what about your 2xy? This is x squared, this one, right? Where's your 2xy? It's not here. I realize. Correct. So the 2xy went missing. That's the small gap. Okay. So quick one. Okay. Let me take another photo of another student. Quick check. This one. Possible. So for this student, maybe I want to suggest is this. Okay, humans are by nature, we like whole number more than fraction. We like positive more than negative. So if I can suggest, right, because I saw that 2y is so beautiful, is 2y and 2y. Why not you choose 2y to be the sum instead of y? Right? Why not you choose 2y to be the sum instead of y? So with this, right, can also this 3 over 2. So you notice that this is 4y squared plus 12. If you expand this, then okay, on hindsight, if the moment I expand, right, once I sub, you realize that I have to sub 2 times. But if I don't expand, you notice that I only sub 1 time. So of course, mathematicians, right, we find the laziest way as much as possible. If everything is in terms of a non-fraction, that'll be cleaner, don't you see? Because if you have a lot of fractions, it can make your life quite miserable. Right now. So what I'll do is maybe I suggest you can use y as a sub, and before you sub, don't expand first. Okay, so this student, you realize, okay, I just want to tell you, you expanded too early. Then you realize that you have to sub your x your y quite a few times. You notice I never expand. I sub it into the non-expanded form. I haven't expanded it. I sub already, then I expand. Is that okay for you? Can hope I can sell you this idea. So here probably quite a lot of 10x squared minus 8x minus 18. Minus 18, you are very close. 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 minus -1. So if I look at all your, this is 4 plus 1, 5. Plus 8 minus 14. Probably some mistake somewhere. 1/4 plus 4x squared plus 12. I also cannot find. This number is supposed to be 18, otherwise all is good. Okay, let me look at another student's one. Should the 12x be negative 12? Should the 12x be negative 12? Should the 12x be negative 12? Square. One student who asked, very quick one, I just want to tell you, this one should be 18, I think. So the student who asked this quick one, just to tell you, this one I think should be positive. This one should be positive 8. Positive 8x. So minus, this is minus 2 square, right? So that should be minus, right? Okay, I think it's a careless mistake. Can see, can see. You can just give me a thumbs up. Can Okay, good. Okay, so this is minus 4. Okay. So keep your messages coming. Okay, so I did quite a lot of you. So when x equals to negative 9/5, this will render you the next checkpoint. Checkpoint is this, checkpoint 2, when x equals to negative 9/5. Just substitute this back into the equation. Okay, you should be able to get any of your answer, which is example y equals 1, or x, sorry, wrong. Y equals to negative 16/5, or x equals to 1, y equals to 1. Okay, one student asked about this question. How do I get minus 18, right? How do I get minus 18? So this student asked about how do I get minus 18? Minus 4x plus 4. Okay, maybe for this student, right, what I want to suggest is before you expand, okay, you realize that if you were to expand, right, you're going to get, it's quite massive. So can I suggest that you do this first? Change minus 1 plus 3 to plus 2. That is easier. Then it'll be easier for you. Okay, so we always simplify before we expand. We always simplify before. So this portion, this part, right, is going to give you 3x plus 2 squared. So for this student who asked this question, I just want to tell you, can you help me put it into this format before you expand? Okay, hope you understand. If you understand, you just give me a thumbs up or can okay. Can I see you looking down and writing it, so I think it should be good. Okay. If you are stuck on 1.3, let me know. I can also talk about it. Okay, 1.3 is hard. 1.3 is hard. So those who are stuck on 1.3, I just want to say is definitely this, right, you see is fractional. So if fractional may be harder to sub. Advice is simplify before you sub in. So here, right, what I'll do is, because this looks quite scary, maybe you just tidy up your equation. This is the same as 2x over 3xy. So you notice I introduced a new denominator. This is 3 over 3xy. So notice how I introduce the new, inclusions in, just to make sure that the denominators are the same. Okay. After that, this is the same as 2x minus 3y over 3xy equals to 2. Now cross multiply this is the same as 2x minus 3y equals to 6xy. So you can call this equation 3. Convert equation 2 to a one-liner. I can't call it linear, but I can say this is called a one-liner. One-liner before you sub, so that you don't face with so much problem. Okay. B equals to 1 or B equals to -2. B equals to 1 or B equals to -2. B equals to 1 or B equals to... This for question 1.3. Okay, one student asked about this question. Okay, so I look at this is question, I believe is question 1.4. So this student asked about question 1.4. These two are okay. So one, okay, let me check. Your B should be 2. So unfortunately, I don't have this. Let me see. Your B should be 2. And A should be 1. This one is correct. 9A squared plus B squared minus 6B minus 1. Minus 1? Or minus 1. Plus 9. Okay, plus 9 minus 10. This one should be minus 1. So far, okay? For the student who asked. I think Kenneth's mistake. Can see how? So it should be 1. Minus 1. Can So this is the student who asked. Another student asked about this one. Okay, one student asked about 1.3. How do you continue from here? Okay, so quick one. The student who asked, quick one. Okay, so how do I continue from here? 2x minus 3y. Okay, you cross multiply. You can cross multiply straight away. This times this equals to this times this. Can So the student from 201 who asked this, is it okay? If you cannot okay, you just cross your head or something. Cannot. You got this portion, right? This is what you got, right? Right? Just multiply 3xy over to the right side. Then you will get 2x minus. So you make it to a one-liner. Then it's easy for you to do the substitution. Okay, it's easy for you to do a substitution. Lily, can you on your camera? Okay. So make sure it's a one-liner. Okay, another student, after we do this, the normal way with no quadratics. Correct. After this, we do the normal. Still will have quadratic. So for this student who asked about question 1.3, something like this, you say like, okay, after this, do we do the normal way with no quadratic? The funny thing is you will find that, you actually have quadratic. So this student here, I want to share with you. Okay, you see, you have this, right? 3y minus x, right? So maybe you will form 3y plus 3 equals to x. So this equation, this is called equation 4 and equation 3. You will find that when you sub in this 3y plus 3, it takes over this and this. So you see, 2 of 3y plus 3 minus 3y minus 6 of 3y plus 3 y. sorry, equal. That's equal. So this is equal, right? So this is equal. So for the student who asked, right, if you take a look at this part, that's the quadratic part. Then there'll be a y square. Can you see? There'll be a y square. Oh, hope it's good for you, huh? So hope you are progressing so far. Okay, or if you are stuck, please feel free to just text me. I won't give your identity away. I just want to make sure that you can do the question. Because when do the question, then you also feel more successful also. Okay, so my job here is to make sure you can go along well. Yeah, more or less, if you can get the answer, you are already achieved 90% of today's lesson objective. Okay, so just make sure that you package the answer in the correct manner. Okay, husband and wife, husband and wife. Make sure you do not mix the answers. Pierce and Maxine. Pierce or Maxine. Okay, huh? Either okay. Kaylin, Kaylin Janelle so far okay, huh? Just be careful. Sometimes when you start that time, you try to make it convenient. Okay, so try to avoid fractions. This here, I start in 3x first. Okay, before I expand. And I keep everybody in a fraction format. So we don't always need y to be the sub. 2y can be the sub. If I find that this right, they're so perfect, I will choose 2y to be the sub. So for question 1.2, just note again. Notice how I choose 2y to be the sub. Kayan can show me your face. Help me to push down. I just need to see your table. I don't see it. So your camera can show your table will be good. Can show your table will be good. So if I see your pen stop moving, I can give some comment. So far, so good. Okay. For some of you who are question 1.4, the moral of the story is this. We don't always solve for x and y. Sometimes they can backtrack the solution for you. Instead, they give you the x and they ask you to find unknown coefficient. So you notice here, what we do is instead of finding x and y, we are actually finding a and b. Okay, now this question is very important. Please try to look at it a few more times. All right, I think it's very a good question. Okay, try to look at it a few more times. So maybe you can put a star and try this question a few more times. If x equals to -1 and y equals to 3 is a solution of this, right? What do? You can substitute y, you can substitute x inside. You can substitute y, you can substitute x inside. So you have a y square is 3 square plus b -1, so becomes negative b. Negative b plus 3 square equals to 10. That's equation 1. Typically, I like to put the positive things in front, so I write it this way. So it's easier for manipulation. Or that can be equation 1. The second equation, negative x plus 3y equals to 1. Sorry, negative b plus 3a equals to 1. That can be equation 2. Okay, so if you solve these two, you should get your a and b. Okay, so quick one just to tell you, this is the idea for part A. So far, no one sent me anything, so I hope all is good. If you are stuck anything, please let me know. Stuck anything, please let me know. Geraldine, so far okay? And, hope you're so far so good. Tun Sheng, quick chat. Which question are you at? 1.4. Okay. Quick one. Tanya, which question are you at? Just tell me that. You just show me a number. I know already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4.4. Okay. Okay. Tohi, which question are you at? Just show me a number.
1.4.
So 1, 2, 3 is successful for you all. Okay. Okay. Kaya, which question are you at? 4 also. Okay. Abby, which question are you at? 4. Okay. Hamza, which question are you at? 4. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Seems like most of Kelvin, which question are you at?
1.4.
Okay. Kaden, which question are you at? 3. Yeah. Okay. Can. Thank you for being honest. Okay. So 1.4, once again, the idea is that when you want it to be a solution, that means here, instead of finding the x and y, first, we are actually finding the a and b. So it's a and coefficient and solution is like one is the parent, one is the child. We find the parent, sometimes we give you the parents, find the child. Sometimes we give you the child, we find the parents. So here, what you have, okay, 9a plus 3 minus is because I substituted y as 3, I substituted x as -1. That gives me an equation in terms of a and b. Second one, bx plus ay, I substitute x as -1, a, okay, is 1. So that also gives me the second equation. So if all goes well, children, okay, what you will have is, okay, you remember that you need integers, you need integers, so the answers a is equals to 1 and b should be equals to 2. Okay, this is the only answer that we will take. The reason is because integer means what? It must be a whole number, can be positive, negative. Okay, can. Then with that, in part B, what do we do is we need to find the other solution, which you sub back in, you should get x equals to 0, y equals to 1. Okay, so for today's homework, can you just help me complete question 1.4, 1.5? At the, sorry, 1.4, there's no 1.5, sorry. 1.4. And practice set 1. Okay, you can start practice set 1. And tomorrow I'll go through topic 1, practice set 6, which I didn't do today. Can? Okay, so that's all for today. Please go for our next lesson. Thank you again for accommodating. See all of you all tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.